What's up, YouTube? This is Kage Summit, and this is one of our deck profiles. And just before you guys ask, this song right here is from Asking Alexandria at Closure. I'm a major this type of genre, type of music. It's myself. Whoever in Miami is going to Warped Tour, hopefully I'll see you there. But yeah, this is Puppets. One of my favorite decks to mess around with and just go around doing shenanigans. So starting off with turn marker 0, it's 3 Concuros. Concuro, what he's going to do is pretty much just, well, he's going to brush upon it.
Well, Concaro is a very simple card. It just sets up plays for later on. Even though at the beginning you might think, hey, why do I need Concaro? Concaro can get you Crow, Black Ant, or Salamander. And it's also a great card to set up later on. We'll show you why later on the reinforcement.
What I love doing with him is actually getting the Kasegage, dumping Kasegage, and then going for Mother and Father. That's just myself.
Very simple, good play.
And Gara. Gara, what he does is pretty much, okay, I deploy him, I draw 1 card. After that, if he gets done, like defeated in a showdown, I get to dump a card in my hand. But just be careful, because next thing you know, you're going to be dumping one of your juices, and you don't want that. And then, as he likes the caller, there you go. What she does is pretty much I get to see your hand. Yes, I get to see your hand. And for if you have a mission in your hand, it doesn't matter how many. I will draw 1 card, and I'll have to charge 1 card in return. But that's completely fine. And this guy, what he does is pretty much if he's on a team and I have a puppet on another team, I will drop the puppet onto him during the exchange of jutsu.
Very good card for people believing that he's just a trump block, they don't think so. You move the puppet to his team and he becomes a great asset.
Yeah, he's just a good shit. Salamander. He's just really good. He's just, it's based upon whoever's opinion. Myself, I barely use him, I'm not gonna lie. But he's always good to have around. And of course, Concuro's favorite puppet, Crow.
Very good card.
It's like whatever.
Every time it blocks, it draws a card. So, I mean, that's a great card by itself. Its stats are not bad neither. 0-3, good for support.
Good. It's always going to be in the back. Puppets are always in the back. Well, majority of them are. Black Ant. Just crazy card. It's whatever. I'm not even going to brush upon it. Everyone's going to know what Black Ant does. Look at him. He's a black and he's an ant. Tamari.
Very good card. For every time she puts a Sand Ninja, any Sand Ninja, she gives +1/+1 to everyone. Very good.
To every Sand Ninja. I love her myself. And this is different. This is unique. I actually just realized this. I am pretty dumb. But I thought I was running 2 of the same Mother and Fathers, but it's cool.
So this first Mother and Father, it can block twice. Very cool if you want to start blocking, but it's okay. But now this
one's just broken. And in exchange of jutsu, what he does is pretty much he would actually, if he's in a team by himself, I'll just explain that first. He'll be a 0/0. But if this ninja is in the same team as a manipulation ninja, then he'll get a +5 -3, which is completely fine. So he'll just be the head ninja. So he's just broken all around. And then coming down to one of my favorite cards in the deck, it's not a puppet, it's Sakura.
Sakura, well, technically a puppet. Every time during the exchange jutsu, you can discard a card and either heal ninja or...
It's like, oh, okay, she heals a ninja, and she will also gain +1/+0, which is completely fine. Or a puppet master. Like, what she is the fact that she's a puppet. Most people will think, oh, okay, it's Sakura, she's not a puppet, she's actually a puppet. Don't think that. Because at a certain point, Chio actually did control her for a while.
Speaking of Chio,
there she is, the crazy old hag.
When this ninja is in a team with the entry cost of 10 or more with puppets, you get 2 battle rewards. Very great card.
I'd automatically get 2, and I'll be like, in your mouth. Alright, and if I have 2 chakras or less, what I do is I'll get 2 puppets in my discard, and I'll just put it into my chakra. It's fine if you want to do that for a while, but that's not the point. You're not supposed to ever have any sort of like puppets in your hand deck or anything. You're preferably going to want to have it into your discard. And before anything happens, this is Parkway Drive. Romance is dead. I love Parkway Drive as well. Continuing, 2 Sasori's, as he always wants to say, infamous.
Sasori is another great card. It's one of the best probably in this deck and probably in the set. Its effect is amazing, and overall, it could be considered the key card to set up plays, and any ninja that would attack it, they can turn into back ninja if it's with the puppet though. Very interesting card though. Very deadly.
And then the third Kasegage. When the third Kasegage is pretty much this. Is when an opponent's ninja is moved to their hand, it's fine. Instead of that, it'll go to my battle, well, technically his battle rewards, which are mine, and face down. And that's about it. That's all the ninjas in Puppets. I'll fix that later, whatever. And now, missions. 3 bonds of friendship. What this does is pretty much I'll draw 2 cards, and I'll put 1 card in the chakra. That's completely fine with me. And during my mission phase, if this card is in my chakra area, every sand ninja or leaf ninja will gain +1.
If you remove it from the game.
A growth. Yeah, if I remove it from the game. And then 3 gifts, one of my favorite cards in the deck. What it does is pretty much I'll draw 3 cards, and I'll move 1 to the bottom of the deck. That's completely fine with me. I still plus. And then, as he calls it, one of the best missions in the deck. And here, go right ahead.
Concurrent tenacity, it draws 2 and it allows you to get a win back from your discard part of your hand. Let's say you don't have Sasori and you had Sasori pitch from God knows what reason. You use this card, you'll get your Sasori back and it'll set you up for your plays to finish the game.
Yep, and we'll explain how we finish the game with this deck. And then after that, it's Ino's Tears.
Another great card from this deck.
Discard 1 win. I still have that cost, which is completely fine, but I get to search 2 win ninjas, reveal it to my opponent, put them into my hand, shuffle the deck. That's completely fine with me. And that's it for the missions. There we go. And now, Jutsu's favorite. Poison. It's one of my favorite cards. It requires a puppet or a puppet master and he's choking, which is kind of funny, so it's completely fine with me. So I'll give a damage, I'll flip a coin. If heads, the target becomes a standby. If tails, I'll draw a card. If it's an expert, Hankaro, which I don't, Hiruko, which I really don't use in this deck, but I could side him in, is I'll choose, if the result of the coin is flip, it just changes it. It's simple as that.
I can choose
so it's always in my fate, or whatever I want it to be.
Exactly.
So now, win style, pressure damage.
Another great card from Win. It would set up cards if, let's say, you want to get rid of something, you put that card back in your opponent's hand. Really deadly card. Only 2 chakra for it. Very good card, very good card.
And now, the one that just requires 1 chakra. Puppet shield, what am I saying? So basically, it requires a puppet or a puppet master, and it targets a jutsu being played. And then instead of that, I'll change its effect to, you can draw a card. So therefore, you'll be, okay, Shidori, that's fine, okay. Puppet shield, you don't do shit. Let me get a card. Just draw a card. Give up. You have no hope. And then finally...
And the famous Hydro Pump. Pay 3 wind, put 2 cards back to their hand, or if you have Sasori, you just set them, you give 2 damages. In other words, you just send it to the graveyard. Great card.
And this is exactly how I pretty much win. Well, actually, let's start with the little side thing. And that's why I have to side him. I could, and I don't really need to, but this card's pretty broken. It just becomes X-Valid. It's really cool. And this is, as I call it, the God Killer. Which he does is just he revives every single puppet and puts him on the field. So broken.
But
that's a game winner.
Wait. But the problem is we have to wait till turn 7. But still a great card.
We have so much setup.
By that point, you pretty much got it because every puppet that's discarded, you bring them back into play. So, this is pretty much our deck profile for Win. Very good deck. If you want to see us in action and probably testing this deck out, just tell us and we'll check this deck out and put it on the test. All right, guys. Any comments? Just please leave it. Any questions about the deck? We'll give you a rundown. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Kage Summit out.